Hello everyone, in this video we're going to discuss this problem treasure hunting from Codeforces round 577 div 2. So the problem is that we are given an island which can be represented as an n cross m table. The rows are numbered from 1 to n and the columns are numbered from 1 to m, and then there are k treasures on the island. The ith of them is located at position ri comma ci. So the kth of them will be located at rk comma ck, and initially we are standing at the lower left corner of the island, which is located at the position 1 comma 1. So the lower left is located at position 1 comma 1. That tell us that the rows are numbered from 1 to n, starting from the bottom to the top. And then if we have to collect all the treasure, for collecting all the treasure we can perform certain moves. In one move, either we can move up, or we can move left, or we can move right. So, and we cannot move down because of some traps. So, and also we cannot move up in all the columns. We can only move up if we are in a safe column, and we are given q safe columns b1 b2 up to bq. So we want to collect all the treasure in the minimum number of moves as possible we possibly can. So for that we have to calculate the number of minimum moves required to collect all the treasures. And whatever are our constraints, so the constraint is the number of the dimension of the column on the table nm is located from 2 to 2 into 10 to the power 5, and the number of treasures k is also located from 2 into 2 to 10 to the power 5, and the number of safe columns can also be the same, 2 into 2 to 2 into 10 to the power 5. So then in the next so let us understand the first test case. In this we are given 3 cross 3 table, and then we are also given these three treasures located at position 1 comma 1, and then located at position 2 comma 2, and then located at position 3 comma 1. Remember, the rows are numbered from bottom to the top. And also then we are given two safe columns, which is column number 2 and column number 3. So this is the picture of the first test case. Here we are located in the bottom left corner, and there is also treasure is located at that position 1 comma 1. So we will collect that treasure in no time, and then we will go to the right, and then we will go to the up. We cannot move up from here in the first column because this column is not a safe column. So we will go up, then left, right, and then up, and then after that we will go left, and then we'll collect this second treasure, and then go to the right, and then we'll go further up, and then we'll go further left to collect our final treasure. And in total we will need 1 2 3 4 5 and 6 moves to collect all the treasures, and that will be the optimal answer for this first test case. So let us now try to understand this problem in a general way in the whiteboard. So in general, this can be our table, n cross m table, where the rows are numbered from the bottom to the top, and the columns are numbered from the left to the right. So now, and initially we will locate at this position 1 comma 1, which is the source, and the columns where t is written denotes the positions where there is a treasure. And now what else we need to understand from here is this, that there can be some rows which will contain one treasure, only one treasure, and there will be some rows which will contain more than one treasure, which will be more than one treasure means that like two treasure or maybe more than two. And then we need to understand this thing as well, that if we are located in some row, ith row, then we have to collect all the treasures of the ith row before moving up to collect for the I plus 1th row, because we cannot move down. So in that way, if we are in a given row, we have to collect all the treasure of that row. And now we from this point onwards, and also I have drawn these ticks which denotes the safe columns. That is the column number 2 is a safe column. Then you can assume this 4 column number is also safe column, and then m minus 1 is also a safe column. So yeah, so these are the safe columns. We can only move up using these safe columns only. And now we need to understand in general, if we have uh, in the optimal answer, if we have if we have if we are in a given row, ith row, so we know we have to sweep the ith row, right? We have to complete all that, we have to collect all the treasure before moving to I plus 1th row. So it means that in the ith row, either we will in an optimal answer, either we will be in the leftmost treasure. Leftmost treasure denotes the position which is of the treasure which is the leftmost among all the treasure in that row, or we will be ending up after sweeping the ith row at the rightmost treasure, because that can also happen. Other position of treasures in the middle will not be our final position, because for sweeping it will not be like that will be suboptimal if we move to the left and then to the right, and we will not collect another treasure in the middle and then we collect the middle treasure after that, so that will be suboptimal. So it's true that greedy approach will tell us that we will collect the leftmost or the rightmost in the final move in that ith row. So from the ith row, we have to move to the ith plus 1th row. So the optimal answer can include that we are going from the leftmost treasure of the ith row to the leftmost treasure of the I plus 1th row. Right, either the optimal answer can include that way, that path that includes going from the leftmost treasure of the ith row to the leftmost treasure of the I plus 1th row, or the optimal answer can include the going from the leftmost treasure of the ith row to the rightmost treasure of the I plus 1th row, or it can include the going from the rightmost treasure of the ith row to the leftmost treasure of the ith row, or it can also include the rightmost treasure of the ith row to the rightmost treasure of the I plus 1th row. Right, so these are the four situations, and then there will be another then there will be this situation as well. Then if we are going from the leftmost treasure to the leftmost treasure, it can happen that we will use the safe column which is located in the left of the leftmost treasure, or of the right of the leftmost treasure. That is, we can either use this safe column, or we can use this safe column in the left of the leftmost treasure to end up at the leftmost treasure of the I plus 1th row. Like for example, if there is this situation that we are going from the leftmost treasure to the leftmost treasure, so then either we will move first of all to the left to reach the nearest safe column, and then we will go up, and then because we have to end up at the leftmost treasure, so first of all we will sweep up to the right, and then we will come back to reach this leftmost treasure position. Or it can also happen that in this way that we are going from the leftmost treasure using the nearest safe column which is located in its right, and then we'll sweep till the rightmost treasure, and then we will end up at the leftmost treasure. So this can also be another situation. So now these two situations are represented when we are going from the leftmost treasure to the leftmost treasure. So there will be another two situations when we will go from the rightmost treasure to the leftmost treasure, and then there will be another two situations when we will go to the right, and then there will be another two situations when we will go to the left to the right. So in total, we will have these situations. Like for example, we have to fill these three blanks for our optimal answer. Like that optimal answer will have definitely these three blanks will be filled in. That in the ith row we are going from the leftmost treasure or from the rightmost treasure, right? And after that, in the I plus 1th row, whether we are ending at the leftmost treasure of that row or the rightmost treasure of that row, right? And then also there is another filling the blank, that means that either we are using the nearest left or the nearest right safe column from the leftmost or the rightmost treasure, whichever we are using for of the ith row. So either it can be just the nearest left, I can say the nearest left to be NL, or the nearest right safe column in the ith row, right? So there will be two possibilities here, and then two options to choose from, and there will be another two options to choose from here, and there will be another two options to choose from here. So in total, an optimal answer will include going from the ith row to the I plus 1th row in one of these eight options, because eight options means like 2 close 2 close 2. So in one of the eight options, we can go to the ith row, from the ith row to the I plus 1th row in an optimal answer. So we don't know exactly what that optimal and that one is there from the eight. So we will compute all the eight, and whatever is the minimum, we will take that for our answer, right? So now, yeah, that is this. So for computing these eight variables, we will use dynamic programming. And dynamic programming will help us to calculate these 8 variables in a tabular form. What the tabular form will have, like there will be two variables, two dimensions of dynamic program of DP table. One dimension will tell us that which row we are like we have to compute the answer of. Like for example, if we have to compute the answer of the I plus 1th row to sweep the I plus 1th row, so that is DP of I plus 1. And then there will be another variable which is pos. So pose can be 0 or 1. 0 indicates 0 or 1. So 0 indicates that we are ending at the leftmost treasure, and 1 indicates that we are ending at the rightmost treasure. So for computing dp of I plus 1 post, which will tell us the minimum number of moves to sweep I plus 1th row if we are ending at the post position. So for that we will need the cost of the previous row, right? So it will be computed using the help of just a minute. Yeah, so it will be a kind of like a function. We will not say equal to, so it will be a function of the, this will be equal to dp of ith row. So the cost associated to compute sweep the ith row from some position which can be the left or the right of the previous row, right? It can be 0 or 1 of the previous row, right? And that also, this dpi post comma post also will be computed using two ways, in that whether we are going through the nearest left or through the nearest right safe column to move up, because uh, we have to also move up to reach I plus 1th row. So for moving up we will have to go either to the nearest left or to the nearest right of this post, and then we will move up to reach the I plus 1th row, and then we will sweep the reach the rightmost or the leftmost depending upon where we have to end up, and then we'll again go to the rightmost or the leftmost depending on the post which is the for our answer. So yeah, this is it. Now we will see the code to understand it a little bit better. I think this is it. What about the, like there is this row, that is the bottommost row. So for the bottommost row, we will compute the left and the right vectors of all the rows, and for each row, if we have to go to the nearest from the nearest left or from the nearest right, that will be computed using the binary search of the columns numbers. That what is the nearest left column from a given position, and also what is the nearest right treasure from a given position. And yeah, so for that binary search will take log of m time, and we will compute the answer of this all this we will compute the table of these n rows, uh, which will be a table of n cross 2. So that will solution will be our O of n log m. So now we will compute, we will see the code to understand it a little bit better. So the code includes this. We will be given our input nm kq, and then we will have this vector leftmost and rightmost vector, which will tell us that what is the leftmost treasure in the row I, and what is the rightmost treasure in the row I as well. So then we will initialize our treasures, and then we are starting from the position, we are numbering from 0, so then we will have to subtract this row and column number as well. So the leftmost treasure of a row x will be the minimum of the leftmost treasure of the row x to y. Y is the column number, and similarly the rightmost will be the maximum of that. And then we will have this column vector. We will initialize this column vector, and we will also subtract this column vector because we are starting from number 0. And then we'll sort this column vector. And after that, this will be our table, which is dp of. We will initialize this table initially to be the infinite value, which is 1 times power 18. This will be a table of n comma 2. And then what is the leftmost position of the zeroth row? Leftmost position of the zeroth row is not the leftmost position of the zeroth row treasure. It is actually the zeroth position, because we are starting on the zeroth position. So it means that extends the range further, even further. That means like this. Like for example, let us take this is our zeroth row. So if this is our zeroth row, and this is the position of our leftmost treasure. Let us take this is the position of our leftmost treasure. So then the leftmost treasure And let us take, this is our the position of the rightmost trasher in our zeroth row, like the bottom row, I mean. So right, so there will be even further, the table will be even further. I'm not drawing that further. So see, because we are starting from this source, so then our leftmost, like it can happen that we are going to the first row after, like after ending up at this source, because our range is extended actually. Like it can happen, like for example in the first test case as well, that there is one, like it can happen that if there is a treasure here, if there is no treasure even here, like we can go here and then we will go further in the rightmost and then sweep the further rightmost, and then we can come back here and then can come back here as well. So I mean, I'm trying to say this thing, that the leftmost position of the zeroth row will be this source, because it can also happen that we are going from the source to the first row. Like that can also be an optimal solution, because the source, because we are starting from source. And also it can also happen if there is no treasure in the leftmost and the rightmost treasure in this position, so then we have to go from the source itself. That is also a case. So in this way, the leftmost and the rightmost position of the will be, the leftmost position will be 0 of the zeroth row, and the rightmost position of the zeroth row will be the maximum of the rightmost position, if there is any rightmost position to the zeroth, to 0. So what will be the cost to sweep the zeroth row if we are ending at position 0? If we are ending at the 0 position, means leftmost position. So that will be 2 times the rightmost position. Why it's so? Um, because see, if we are because if we are ending at the leftmost position, so then we have to go up to right, and then we also have to come back to the this position. So it will be r plus r, that is 2r. And if we are ending at the r, so then it will be only r. So for sweeping the zeroth row, if we are ending at the leftmost position, which is the source, then that will take us 2 times of the rightmost position. And if we are ending at the rightmost treasure, then it will be only the rightmost position as the cost for our answer for sweeping the zeroth row. If we are ending at the right, that is only right of 0. So now this will be our last variable, will be the last row which we have covered. So if our initially our last row will be covered will be 0, and then we go from 1 to n, and then for each of this 1 to n, we will compute this dp of x comma 0, and then we'll update this last to be the next, to be that row which we are processing. So if there is one treasure, at least one treasure, if left of x is not equal to m, that denotes that there is at least one treasure in that x row. Then we have to compute these two variables. For that, we have learning a for loop which contains values ranging from 0 to 1. So what is this last y? Last y is actually, if we are coming from the leftmost treasure of the last row, and if our key is 0, then it will be initialized as our, this last y will be initialized as our leftmost position of the last, or the rightmost position of the last, if we are coming from the, if our key is 2 1. And then what will be our last cost? So we know that for computing dp of I plus 1 comma pos, we know we will need this dp of I comma pos, so that will be added to our answer. So then we will compute the nearest left position in the column, in the nearest left position to the pos. And then for if we are sweeping the ith row, xth row, and ending at the position 0, so that will be the minimum of that, which will be initially 10 to the power 18, to the last cost, that is the cost associated up to the ith row, plus the absolute of last y minus y. What is this actually? This is this, I'm telling you this. Yeah, yeah, here I have done this. Let us take, like for example, if we have the nearest left here is this. So what are the number of moves that are required to reach this position? That is the absolute of this position minus this position, plus now we have to end up at the left, so we will go further up, and then we will go to the right. So then that will be the right minus the y, that is the position of the safe column, and then right minus the left, because we have to end up at the left. So that is it, the right minus left, and the y minus absolute of y minus rx, and absolute of last y minus y. Similarly, if we know that end up at the leftmost of the x row, if we end up at the rightmost of the x row, then this will be also, if we are going through the leftmost, because we are computing the upper bound, and then we are also subtracting -1. So that indicates that we are going to the left, just nearest left of the x minus 1, which is the last row, to end up at the rightmost of the x row. And then this part indicates that we are not using the nearest left safe column, we are using the nearest right safe column, and that will be computed in a similar way. And then we'll update this last our row to be the current row, so that we can process the next row. And what will be our answer? Answer will be the minimum of the dp of last comma 0 if we end up the position 0, which is the left, or if we end up at the position right of the last row, plus last, this denotes the number of up moves that we have to do for reaching the last row. Because let us take the last row to be the row number 4. So then like if we are numbering from 0, then we have to go from 0 to 4. And how many number of up moves we require to reach 4? We will need exactly 4 moves, exactly 3 moves, like which will be the, yeah, exactly 4 moves, because 0 to 1, then 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and 3 to 4. So that will tell us the number of up moves. So whatever the answer, that will that will then output the answer as such. So I hope you understand this problem. This is a very beautiful dynamic programming problem. So with this note, I will terminate now.